Everything changed from this moment on for Israel, for David, and even for us who take these words to heart. And why did it change? Not because of the sling and the stone. That was not the weapon in David's hand. His weapon was what? It was his faith. And it's this very weapon that God has placed inside of you and inside of me. The Bible declares without apology that faith has the power to bring us victory in our lives over our Goliaths. 1 John 5:40, and this is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith. Let's get practical now as we come down the home stretch. This story adds to our understanding of what faith is. And so I want you to write this down next on your note sheet. Faith, and we'll put this on the screen, faith is when my belief in God and my commitment to God fall into alignment. Say, what's faith? It's not just belief. It's belief and what? Commitment. And when these two line up, you are operating in the power of biblical faith. To be truly free in life, to not allow sin and dark emotions and crippling life circumstances to take you prisoner. First, there have to be certain truths, certain doctrines, promises God gives us that you take hold of and you say, you know what? I believe this. I'm building my life on this. Hebrews 11:1 says faith, read the words with me, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. This is more than head knowledge. This is more than 2 + 2 is 4, or I believe that George Washington lived. This is conviction. Other translations say confidence, proof, certainty that grips your heart and actually changes not only what you think, but what you do. Verse 28 tells us that when Goliath arose and came David's way, David ran quickly to the battle lines. He ran to face him. You don't think he had conviction. And David rushing to the battle line shows us this commitment. He had to act on it. I mean, can you imagine David in the trenches with the other soldiers saying, you know, who is this uncircumcised Philistine? And the other soldiers hearing this and going, yeah, are you going to fight him? And David saying, I'm not going to fight him. Are you nuts? Of course he couldn't say that. He had to take the field. Faith without works is dead, the Bible says. He had to face Goliath head on. And this is where so many Christians, so many of us falter in our faith. We say things that we believe up here in our head. We say it. But when it comes to activating those beliefs in our hearts, executing those beliefs in how we live, we don't do it. Which is why so many lives that you see in the church look exactly like the lives you see in the world. The uncircumcised, unholy Philistine soldiers, they were stuck. Yes, they were also gripped with fear, captive to uncertainty and to doubt. But so were the circumcised, holy Hebrews. The unbaptized, unholy, unbelieving people in the world around us are living their lives in relational emptiness, sexual chaos, financial mismanagement, emotional despair, just as so many of the baptized, holy, believing Christians are. Jesus said it shouldn't be this way. In Matthew 7, he says these words, everyone then who hears these words of mine, and what? Does them, and what? I wanted it to be louder the next time, not quieter. And what? Does them. Will be like a wise man who builds his house on the rock. Israel got unstuck this day because one man chose to love and trust his Lord. And how can a person today get unstuck from a habitual sin or a crippling emotion or a stagnating life circumstance? Just like David did. Belief in God and commitment to God.